Hey Siri, play Way Up.
Way up. He came up in the clutch, now I'm way up. He snatched me out the gutter, I'm so way up. Adopted to the squad.
Scotty, what's up?
What's up, Cecily?
Way up.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
I was just thinking about you. I was thinking like, hey, I should take Scotty. So
Hey,
you can come over. Hey.
I guess we just run into each other, right?
Yeah, in my neighborhood.
I know, that's cool.
I have a few questions for you. Do you want it, if you don't mind to answer?
No problem, no problem. I'd love to.
When did you start writing music?
You know, honestly, when I was a teenager, I wrote rhymes a little bit. I freestyle with my cousins, but honestly, I started music like seriously pretty late. I was almost 30 when I started writing to do it seriously. So yeah.
Took my cup, and that is the reason I feeling so high and I'm way up.
Why do you write music?
It's funny, back when I was younger, I wrote music just to be cool, because I like music, and it kind of even glorified myself. But now I write music to glorify God. There was a time in my life where some things happened that just, I realized the importance of how we live our life, and God just called me to do hip hop music. So I know it's a place where it's needed, and so that's why I started doing it.
Real faith don't lay low. If it don't make sense, I still go. I'ma live it every day cause it say so.
Who inspired you?
There was a series of events that took place that really led to me writing and inspired me to do music. It really wasn't a rapper that inspired me. It was my mom getting sick. And so my mom got sick, and she actually had cancer. And a doctor did surgery on her, and he really didn't have good news for us after he did the surgery. And I remember going home and praying with my wife and my sister, and we were really just crying out to God, like, why are we going through this? Because my wife's mother had passed away from the exact same thing a year ago, from that exact same day. And so it was September 11th, 2010. And God kind of opened my eyes and said, as I was praying, I just had a calmness come over me. And he said, I'm going to heal your mom, but I have a job for you to do. And basically that's what inspired me to start doing music. He healed my mom. She didn't have to have any chemo, any radiation, anything like that. And that's not what the doctors were telling us. So I know it was a miracle from God. And so that really inspired me to say, God has done such great things for us and our family that the least I can do is go tell other people about him. And so that's kind of how I got started doing music. I will say that Lecrae was one of the first Christian hip-hop artists that I thought was good that did it.
And that.
Yeah. So I guess artistry-wise, he kind of inspired me to say, this is how I tell other people about Parxx. So, yeah.
Squad, you came up in the clutch, came up in the clutch.
How long have you been writing music?
Man, I'd say so 2010, so about 7 years. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been doing it for about 7 years, and I'm just now releasing my first solo album. It's coming out this Friday, so it's called Uncharted. It drops Friday on iTunes and everywhere, Spotify, just all these places. So I never imagined God would use me to do this. You know, I always had, done other things and done music on the side, but God is just a great God, and when he calls us, he provides a way for us to do it. So, yeah.
What is one of your favorite songs that you do? that you wrote so far?
Man, honestly, I'm not bragging here, but I think Uncharted is one of those CDs you can just press play and let it go all the way through. I do believe that. But I'll say my favorite song, if I had to pick one, is IDC, which stands for I Don't Care. You know that, yeah. So I think that song is because it's the first song, I believe it's the first song I recorded when I started making the album. And it was during a time where I was making a lot of changes in my life. Like I left my job, I moved from Atlanta. Like I made some pretty big decisions based on following my calling. And it required sacrificing and giving up a few things. And you know, I know people would look at me like I'm crazy. What, you're leaving this job that pays so well? What, you're selling your house, you're selling this car and all these things. But I just had to say, you know what, I don't care what anybody else says. I'm gonna chase after what God has put in my heart. So that song is pretty special to me for that reason.
I was raised in a town, but I'm still city. Ever since I quit my job, people think I'm silly. I don't care what they say though.
Alright, question. Can you spit some rhymes for me, my peeps?
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that. So you want some bars, huh? That's what we call it in the rap game. You want some bars?
I want some bars.
Alright, okay. Let's do some bars. Alright, I think I got something for you. Ever since I gave my life to Christ, I done lost a few friends. But it's not a true loss if they ain't sticking to the end. I guess I'm think I'm square cause I'm somewhat different. I'm out the box cause I never brag about my sin. Never scared to take the shot, I'm going for the win. Steph Curry shooting threes, yeah, I'm going in. And that's Curry, no chicken when I spit it. Never see me on the block, but don't test me cause I'm Christian. Back in March, I left at Georgia Clay. Now I'm back in Carolina, living closer to my family. I left my job and then I sold my house. My homie said, you making good money, man, what you thinking about? I think that's enough right there. How about that?
Don't care about being in your top 50. I'ma rep my king, I'ma stay gritty.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this week's video. As you can tell, I was interviewing Mr. Scotty. And just want a reminder to go check out my Instagram and Facebook. And remember, always try.
Always try.
Always try. You got anything, Scotty?
Just that my album is coming out this Friday. It'll be on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere. So go check it out. You can preview all the tracks now, not just the 2 that are out for instant gratification right now. So, yeah.
Well, don't forget to like. Don't forget to try. See you guys later. Bye.
See y'all.
Way up.